Speaking of despising our own voices,
I know. I thought about that as a transition, and I was like, speaking of hating yourself, welcome to the Master of Unlocking podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
but
tuned into the right place if you hate yourself.
I know, right? I hate
speaking of
myself.
hating
Yep.
yourself, we had a sandwich.
Yes.
Hey, I didn't say you'd like yourself afterwards.
Now, okay. I'm glad at one point Caleb brought up that we should rate the experience and the food separately.
Oh no. Did you have a bad experience?
I had a bad app experience.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get this out of the way, and then we'll talk about the meat of it, the food of it. So you guys told me about the 2 chicken sandwiches and 2 small fries for $5 in the app. So I pull up the app, offers 2 chicken sandwiches, 2 small fries, $4.99. Perfect. At add to order. I look at in the bottom of my bag, my little Burger King bag at the bottom. It says $4.99. I was like, okay, well, I'm going back. I'm going to be going back to work here, so add a large Diet Coke. It's like $7 and something at this point. Go to click checkout. All that's in there is my Diet Coke. Like, oh, okay, well, that's weird. I just said that it was in there, and now it's not there. All right, well, let me try again. Add to order, $4.99. Add Diet Coke. Checkout, just a Diet Coke. Same thing again. I'm like, all right, close the app. Add to order.
It's trying to help. It's trying to help you, not kill yourself.
I know.
Clearly,
Like,
it's
add to
trying to do
order.
you a favor.
Right. So add order $4.99. No Diet Coke because I'm thinking this is the only thing that's there right now. Check out. There's nothing in your cart. So
Weird.
so then I'm like, all right. Well, now I'll just do the 2 for $5 thing because it was also a sandwich that was 2 for $5. There was a little box that said favorites, and it literally had the picture of the grilled chicken sandwich in it and of the things that you could get 2 for $5. I clicked it, go in there. The grilled chicken or the sandwich isn't in there. It's not an option to even add. Okay, so I was like, what if I just add 2 chicken sandwiches from the chicken menu? I do that. No, that's $8. So then I go back to the offer section. Hey, new users get a free chicken sandwich. Add to your order. Add to order. Go to checkout. The entire chicken sandwich is gone again. Not even there. So I just go like a simpleton. I actually, like, the drive-through was long, and because Burger King's actually open, I walk in to the Burger King. It's fine. There's like the amount of protective plexiglass was kind of out of control, made it seem like you were in like an inner city 7-Eleven. Uh,
I haven't been in, so that's interesting.
it was kind of nuts. So I walk in there and it's like I feel like I gotta like yell under the plexiglass. I'm like, yeah, here, yeah, I want the chicken sandwich with like, I was like, is it part of the 2 for $5? That's only on the app. Your app doesn't. You know what? No, never mind. I'm not even gonna do it. You're just gonna spit on my chicken. Uh, like I'll just take the chicken
Don't
sandwich.
spit in that guy's chicken.
I was like, I'll just take the chicken sandwich with cheese and tomatoes. And she was like, what do you want on it? And I was like, cheese and tomatoes. I was like, can I just make
Was
it?
she then like, that's so weird because that's the third one of these I've made?
No, it was just. So I finally get it. I get the ranch, my drink.
I have a quick second.
Yeah.
Quick question. Just knowing how well this is going for you. Did it have the lettuce and mayonnaise, or did they strike the original toppings and replace only with
The
your
lettuce
new,
and mayonnaise were on there. The tomato was on there. The cheese was not.
Okay. Oh, damn it.
I was not about to go
Course.
and argue this.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, after everything you've been through to try to obtain said sandwich.
This was about a 20-minute ordeal. Like at this point, like I
Oh,
was just
man.
like, this is out of control. Like yeah.
Which one was it?
Veterans.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I went to the app got everything configured, checked out, no problem. Drove straight through. It was one of the better drive-through experiences, actually.
Worst one of this entire thing for me.
That's what we're finding with this little experiment is that it's just it can be so wildly different, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Even though the food is so very standard, it can still be, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's not like this is fresh made food with like, you know, like incorrect measurements, you know, that
Right.
could be slightly different. Like this is fast food.
These
This
are
is like take the thing out of the freezer, drop it in the fryer. You know what I mean?
It's
these
not
are
like we're
multi-
eating like out of season
Yeah.
tomatoes or something. Like it's,
Yeah. Yes.
Like
yes.
these are multi-million billion-dollar companies with these supposed to be the best apps out there, but yet I can order from my local Mexican place with more ease than this, and more
I
customizability.
I mean, I haven't used it a ton, but I haven't had any problems with the BK app, so that's
Mhm.
surprising to me.
So I'm somewhere in the middle, Caleb. I've never been able to actually place an order. So I've always had to give like a code because there's the
What?
option to not to drive through.
Mhm.
So if you say you're going to pick up your order
Mhm.
and you're going to pay for it there, then it just spits out a code the same way the McDonald's app does.
Oh, okay.
So you can still use the coupons in the app,
Mm.
but I've never been able to like if I click order, it always breaks. It
Weird.
takes the money out of my account and immediately refunds it. So I'm somewhere in the middle, but I knew that going into it. So I put my order together and I say, hey, I want to use this coupon. Here's the code. Okay, here you go. And then I just pay for it there. So
Interesting.
I'm somewhere in the middle. Caleb is flawless. Mine's somewhat broken. And Logan, yours is totally broken.
I mean, the app is now deleted from my phone and it'll never be seen again.
Yeah, unless I will say that if for some reason you want a free Whopper on Wednesday, they do that like all the time.
Mm.
So that's one reason to have the app.
Another reason to have the app is for this chicken sandwich. Jason, you're onto something here.
Dude,
you're onto something.
Whoa! All right.
Yeah.
Really? I mean,
legitimately, this sandwich is like a 9. But
Yeah.
my service was so bad.
I was honestly skeptical of the cheese and the tomato, but no, you're on it. You're on it. The only thing I think it needs like one more thing, and I don't know what that thing is, but like I was trying to think of, it needs maybe some barbecue on it or something like that. I don't know. It needs
okay,
it just
another
needs
condiment
like
besides the mayo.
just
How
a
was your
little
mayo?
bit of-
How were you under mayoed or were you mayoed enough?
No, I was like perfectly mayoed.
Perfectly mayoed. Okay,
I had
yeah,
enough squirting out the
that's
edges
enough
for
for
me.
me. But I, oh, you see, yeah, okay, there you go. So that's important because the other Burger King stuff we've had, if it doesn't have vegetables, like it needs that acid from the tomato.
Yeah.
So that's huge when you put it on there. And I think that if it's properly, not dry, then it really, it comes together. Awesome. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad it didn't let you down. It's pretty good. I'm not sure it's chicken, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care because it's freaking delicious, especially with cheese and tomato on it.
I mean, they were throwing their other chicken sandwiches at me like no other when I walked in there. There were just giant pictures of those things, and then a tiny little picture of the original chicken sandwich.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know how long that thing has been around, but as long as I've gone to Burger King, the chicken boat has remained unchanged. There have been several chicken sandwiches that have come and gone, and the OG chicken boat still here for some reason.
It's got an audience.
I thought it was just me. We can't cancel this. Jason will cry and he'll send an email. So let's just keep it on the menu.
No, I would get this again.
I would get this again.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah. Good job, Jason.
Nice.
I approve.
That helps me. I've never had this discussion with anyone. Honestly, you guys are the only ones.
I'm going even higher than Logan. I'm going with a 9 on this.
I said a 9.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said an 8. Okay.
No, I said a 9. I said,
okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm a full 9 on this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I also, every experience is different, but my I went during lunchtime, and I feel like that's probably when they do their best work or their busiest or their most
I went
ready.
at lunch too. Yeah.
So I had a really good experience. So I give it a 10 because it's my favorite fast food item, and it's a lot of food for $5.
Oh, I just got the
So
one sandwich.
it's
I didn't get
fine.
Oh,
It's
anything
good.
else.
Good for you. Good for
how?
you.
Well, but what did you think about the ranch? Because this also was part of it. Did you get the ranch, Caleb?
I thought.
Tell me
Well,
about the
we
ranch.
decided the ranch was optional. I
Oh,
thought
okay.
so. I did
Yeah.
not get any
Okay.
ranch.
I did get the ranch with
Fine.
the with and dipped it with the fries. Solid. Solid. Yeah.
What do you think about where you putting the BK Ranch on your fast food ranch chain, Logan? Where is it?
It's number 2 below Chick-fil-A.
I see it. It's good though,
It's
right?
good. It's
Isn't it
saltier.
good?
It's very salty in a good way.
It's yeah, it's surprising. Like
Hmm.
there's a lot of bad fast food ranch, and then Burger King coming out here with like the worst nuggets on the market, but
Yeah.
like the best ranch.
Yeah,
I
that's no joke. The worst
I
nuggets.
almost did it, but when I like in the app, it shows you the calories up next to everything. And I was like
Mm.
130 calories for this one little cup. Mm, I'm
I
gonna
didn't
pass on
finish the whole cup, if that tells you anything.
that.
I just dipped a few fries in it and thought they were all right. Fries were better than usual too. Maybe
It
I
it
got a
depends on
good
how
day.
fresh they are,
They
in my
were
in my
super
opinion.
fresh. Yeah.
If they've been out for a while, BK fries are pretty they'd
Yeah.
age poorly. So
Mhm. Mine were
awesome.
blazing hot.
Awesome. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Awesome. Okay, good. You get it again. That's enough. That's
I
what
would
I want.
definitely get
Also, I
that
feel
again.
like it's one of our highest ranking items across for all of us.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all agree that this one was good. Where
cool.
was there anything else new we should try this week, or are we going
I
new
just looked and I didn't really see
nothing
anything
new on Chew
else.
Boom?
Yeah, I didn't really see anything too exciting. All the
I did
exciting
see
stuff is
the
at places we don't have.
Yeah, that's for
I did
sure.
see the bacon jam thing, and I think I'm still out unless you guys really
Yeah,
want to
no,
try
I just
that.
don't. Mm-mm. No,
Okay,
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Cool. I was looking at it, I was like, God, what is that? Is it like smushed grease? What's in
You
bacon
know
jam?
that maybe that's the last ingredient on the chicken sandwich is some bacon. Maybe that would go. I don't know.
Oh, snap, Caleb. Oh, if you put bacon on that, I might pass away. It's that thinking about all that stuff, it's basically a crispy chicken club
It
boat.
just, yeah, just needed like a little bit of spice or something. Just a
I'm
little
looking at
kick.
Chew Boom right now. I'm impressed that Casey's made Chew Boom, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Casey's
Did it?
bakes up new made from scratch cheesy breadsticks.
Huh.
Uh, whatever this Krispy Kreme Oreo cookie glazed donut thing looks quite interesting as well. But it also is like a donut, and I don't know if what it classifies as anything.
Why don't we just stick to the favorites thing? Because I like this. Because
Okay.
then we know at least one of us is gonna really like it.
Yeah. Do you have? I feel like you've had a
That's fair.
you've had a rough fast food week, Caleb, with your situation last week at Wendy's. Is there? What
Oh
would
yeah,
you like to go
that
with
was
this week?
terrible. Oh, you okay? So I'm picking.
I was gonna throw it to you.
So
I'm.
we're going to Panda.
Yeah, you're going to Panda.
God damn it! Why am I going to? Why did I say
But what
this?
am I getting specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to know
You were getting
specifically.
the sweet fire chicken.
Sweet
Sweet
fire
fire
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
I will probably text you at some point and say, "What am I getting again?"
So you can get that in any way you want, but I would recommend that you do the bowl with it's either lo mein or chow mein. I can't remember which one. Whatever their noodles are called.
Okay. Okay.
And just that and sweet fire chicken. I mean, you could do a
That's it.
combo, you could do whatever you want, but that's how I would recommend getting it.
Any other ingredients in there? Any other toppings?
You don't
Anything?
need to get what you want, but you don't
Okay.
have to.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
talking crispy white meat
I
chicken,
went
red
specifics on you guys.
red
So I just making sure that I follow the rules.
okay, red bell peppers, onions, pineapple. That's all. These are all things that they're supposed to be in there, right? Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh, that all comes standard.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's why I was asking. I was like, make sure that this is all standard stuff here that you get, and then you get it over the lo mein, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just do that. Maybe that's the order. Get a bowl, sweet fire chicken with lo mein.
Okay. I can do that.
I got it.
All right. I'll leave it up in my browser window so I remember what I'm ordering.
Yeah. Their app has also worked really well for me, so you can try that.
Okay. That works.
I will. I will. My food app folder is absolutely exploding because of
I
this.
know. Yep.
Yeah, my food app folder, same, absolutely the same way. It is just
And I always want to know, even if it's something I don't want, like the ones we've deleted or had bad experiences with,
Burger King.
like for whatever reason, I left the notifications on those still. So like if they're still on there, like it'll be lunchtime and I'll think like it's one of you guys or someone texting me or uh, email or whatever. No, it's just like the 2 for $5, the this, the that. Come get the free this. Spend $3 and get this. Like it's just crazy.
I was just
I
thinking of like
say no.
which actual ones I have notifications on for. Oddly enough, are Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell are the only three that I have
You don't have the ones
notifications
for
on for.
McDonald's.
Not the notifications app. Not oh
That's
wait,
probably a
no.
good thing.
Um I get them every once. They don't send them like daily. Is that a thing that they don't send them daily?
I don't think daily, but they send them pretty
No,
regularly.
yeah, I do have them on for McDonald's then. I think they only come
Okay.
like once a week. Man, those
Mine are
offers at
like it.
McDonald's
It
have
seems
are
like every other day. One was like, "Hey, just have a free sandwich," and I was
yeah.
like, "Okay, I'll have a $9 quarter pounder," and it was like, "Cool, all right, if you say so."
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up McDonald's deals right now and just see what I got. Like, what's a great deal? Like every day, you can always just get a free soft drink with a minimum $2 purchase every day,
Yeah.
or get a buy any combo meal and get a Happy Meal free.
I get the. I usually just get a couple of teas when I do that, so I pay $1 for 2 teas, and I usually grab them on the way home from a run.
That's fair. Uh, Free crispy chicken sandwich, but have to make a $15 purchase.
Oof.
It's kind of a lot for
Well,
McDonald's.
we're heading towards that maybe as a group sometime soon.
Yeah, that's
Whenever we evaluate the chickens.
yeah. We're probably getting close to that here. A couple weeks here. Which by the way, um, hmm, WrestleMania is next Sunday.
Are you calling an audible, Logan?
Maybe, maybe. I don't know.
Caleb, your thoughts?
Well, I'm trying to read Logan as to what he's trying to think here. Are you are you suggesting we do a live podcast?
I'm suggesting a live podcast. I don't know if it's a live. Well, because God knows WrestleMania is not going to be that entertaining. So maybe it's a podcast. Like, well, we can have WrestleMania on in the background.
We could
Hmm.
probably do that.
I kind of like where this is headed.
We will all
Yeah.
be fully vaccinated by that point. So
Mhm. Something to
Okay.
chew on for the week.
We
I don't know.
will we will think about it this week, and then either we will have a review of Caleb's favorite dish from Panda,
Well, I think
or we'll call an audible,
no, I think that we would still do Caleb's. We would still review it, but we might
and
have.
then that would be the following weeks.
No, I
no,
guess
he's
I
just
would.
saying do a podcast, but in person while we watch.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying like live podcast in person while watching that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
hmm
All right. I'm with that.
We can discuss food for that
Yeah.
podcast a whole other time, but like whether
Okay.
we can just get random stuff for that.
Okay.
I'm always
Sounds
down for
good.
that. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
Uh so gosh, let's start with games this week. Uh I barely played anything just because I was busy a lot this week. I got a little bit more It Takes Two in, but that's about it. So, Jason, anything new for you?
Barely.
hmm
I've played about 15 minutes of Outriders, and that is
Oh,
it.
I was wanting to check that
Um,
out. I went to download it and I was out of space on my hard drive for the first time, so I was trying to decide what to make a cut of, and I couldn't decide, so I didn't download it.
I have a pretty um, Caleb, maybe you're this way or a little bit. Like I have a pretty solid rotation of games right now, but Outriders is really the only thing new. I'm still playing a little AC. Still play a little bit of Persona 5 Strikers. I still play a little bit of Cyber Shadow, and I barely turned on Outriders a little bit tonight before we got together. So
Hmm.
otherwise, I still don't have new opinions on those existing games. You know, they're still I've seen all there is to see for like the gameplay loops in them, you know. So
Yeah.
How far are you
that's
in
pretty
Persona
much it.
5? I am curious. Persona 5 Strikers, like, are you like
I'm in
15?
dungeon 3 of 7 jail, excuse me.
I know, right?
Jail 3 of 7.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about that is that and I don't know if you guys saw this, there are what do they call them? Requests. And these requests are basically just go into the jail and defeat 10 of this kind of enemy, or go into this jail and beat the boss again. And you get
Hmm.
money, you get experience, but it is truly the same thing. Sorry.
I like
And
that. Same play.
It's the same play.
it's the same play. Yeah, same play. Um, and it's the true padding of this game that you didn't see in Persona 5, something you wouldn't get in a traditional Persona game, but this one has just go in this jail and redo things you've done. And those pop up in each location. So I'm in the third location where the third jail is. And last night I was clearing out some of these requests, and I don't, I mean, I've already done it and I don't enjoy the combat enough to
Mm.
continue to do this before I move on. So I think I'm going to stop completing those and just move on because they stay. The only thing that happens is when you're in a particular area, you can't come back. You can
Mm.
go back to the jail, but you can't come back to, what would you call that? The overworld?
A
What would you
city,
call that? I don't know.
Real
whatever
world,
The
the
city.
real
city?
world.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
thank
know.
you. Yeah, the real world. And what happens is you'll get a request sometimes from your friends. And so if you miss that request, you can't come back and redo it. And those are the ones that you need to watch out for because there's some fun story that'll happen. Like Ryuji, I just got him some ramen. Like he really wanted to go get some special kind of ramen, but in order to do that, I had to go talk to somebody, and then they wanted me to go into a jail, do a jail, and complete a certain task in a jail, and that's really just the same kind of combat. I am getting better at the combat, and I'm starting to understand it more as the difficulty ramps up a little bit, but it's still it's not why I'm there, you know. It's not it you know, it's just not great, honestly, in my opinion. Maybe there are people that like the combat style a lot, but I'm not one of them. I would much rather play a JRPG style game, a traditional combat system for that, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's it. I don't know how much longer it'll be. If I did all of these extra requests, have you guys seen the how long to beat on this?
It's
Like,
like
do you?
30 some
I don't
hours, isn't
know
it?
what
Yeah. I think the
for mainline.
completion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the completion was more like 50, but
I don't know if I can do completion, and it's weird because it's not hard.
yeah.
It's just like I was just here. I just fought these enemies. I just fought this boss, and you're asking me to fight it again. Like I, and you get rewards for it. Like you'll get stronger. You know, you'll get more money,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be able to do cooler stuff in the jails. But I'm not sure it's worth that.
Hmm.
It's kind of a big ask
Yeah.
for what is not a great part of that game. But the story beats are still good. Still love those characters. If you're a Persona 5 fan, you're gonna enjoy that stuff for sure.
Yeah. The main story says 35 hours, main plus extra 45, completion is 65.
Yeah, I can't do 65 hours of it. And it wouldn't be like it's just because honestly it's the list thing, Caleb. Like they've given me a list of things to do and I feel like I have to do them before I can move on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I need to get over that because I don't enjoy it enough to keep doing it. I just don't.
Hmm.
And I might not finish it if I make myself complete all these tasks before I move on to the next jail, I'm in the danger zone of not being able to see the story, which is really why I'm playing the game.
Well,
So
speaking of
I think of
going
re-strategizing.
going 60 hours into a game and maybe not even finishing it, that's
Uh
about where I am
oh.
in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have every intention of finishing that game, but there are 1 million games dropped last week that I want to play, so
Okay.
it's going on
Yeah.
the shelf for a little bit.
Hmm.
It'll be there. It'll be there when I need it, kind of
It's
thing.
also a game from last year, man. So like
Yeah,
the pressure's off. Play it when you
yeah,
want. You know.
yeah. But
That's how I feel about it anyway.
I want to play Outriders, but I've not started that yet. Um, I signed up for GameFly again because of all these games coming out, and their shipping times have
Mm-hmm.
maybe even gotten worse. It's crazy. Like,
See, my most recent one came like really fast.
really? Because
Yeah.
I they sent Balan Wonderworld on Monday last week, and I still don't have it. And then they sent Monster Hunter on Tuesday last week, and I just got it today. I'm like, is it going to take a full week to ship these things?
So I sent, it was been 2 weeks ago now. I sent back Persona 5 Strikers on a Thursday and got my next game on a Monday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so it didn't even get back to, like, I got my next game before Persona 5 Strikers said we've received Persona 5 Strikers.
Huh.
So,
Okay. Well, anyway, so the only thing that I've actually been able to play is Monster Hunter, and I just played it for like an hour before we started here,
mhm.
because that's when it came.
Yeah,
But it so far it feels a little. I don't remember World all that much because that was like what 3 years ago now.
ish.
But this feels slower, um, weightier. I'm not. I'm struggling
Oh,
to find the
in
fun of it.
gameplay wise.
Yeah, gameplay wise.
Okay. Sorry. Just
Yeah.
so I understand.
So far I'm kind of struggling to find the fun. Um, maybe it'll get there, but my initial first impression, like, I did the first like actual big monster hunt, and it was okay, but like it wasn't nearly as fun as I remember Monster Hunter being. So I'm not sure if I'm like missing mechanics or if it really was just that slow and I remembering wrong or what. But I'm gonna keep playing it. But so far, initial impression is not that great. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
How's it reviewing?
Really well, I think.
So I was just pulling up to see. Yeah, 88. Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah,
This is Monster Hunter Rise, Caleb.
yeah. And then the other thing that I played was I played It Takes Two. We played a ton of it. um, I went over to a buddy's place on Saturday about 3 o'clock, and we played until like after 10. It was That game is incredible. Like it's exceeding my expectations in every way, from gameplay, visuals, voice acting, like every single box. Like it's just blowing me away. It's
hmm
and the most impressive part about it is every single level is fun, like super fun. There hasn't been any section so far. There's been one small part that we were a little frustrated with. Other than that, everything's just been fun.
Yeah. I think you're probably farther along now because I only played about maybe another 45 minutes to an hour this week. Um, and then we're in Rose's room in like the
Okay.
space section.
Okay. Yeah, we're farther than that.
Yeah, I figured you guys were if you played for
Um,
7 hours.
we've also been we've been looking at the guide to make sure we don't miss any
Oh,
trophies or any mini games as well. So we've been kind of
yeah, I'm hoping
we've
that
been going a
maybe
little slower, but
because yeah, like there was a thing tonight that we just found by accident, and I got a 50-point achievement for it, but it was
yeah,
just um the thing with the when you can make oh gosh, what is his name?
Cody.
Cody. Yeah, I was gonna say Corey, and then I knew I was wrong. When Corey can go big or small, and
Hmm.
you make him really small, and you
And you
can,
fling him.
yeah, you fling him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that was pretty funny.
That one I saw it was we're playing the PlayStation version, so I saw it was a trophy,
Mm,
and I was like, I saw the description of the trophy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look at the instructions on how to do this. We can figure out how to do this. So it's kind of fun, just like trying
mm,
to figure out how to do that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And it's also been like I don't know how because you're playing with your a young
playing with a
daughter,
9-year-old. Yes.
right? So for us, it's kind of like there's been a couple of points where we've been not stuck, but like okay, let's take a step back and think about this for a second.
Yeah.
For the most part, one or the other of us will immediately be like, oh, we do this and then this and that.
Hmm.
So it hasn't been like overly challenging or anything, but everything's been really fun.
Yeah, there's definitely been times because I mean, I'm not looking at her screen all the time
Yeah,
and she's figuring out puzzles that I was like, oh, well, I'm glad you did this. I didn't even know that you
yeah,
could do this or anything else. And we haven't really had too many issues of needing to find it. It's challenging enough, but not like super simple.
yeah.
I think they found the right balance with this stuff.
And the times where we have gotten close to being stuck, it's been really fun because it's we are reflecting the characters on the screen.
Hmm.
Like it'll be one of us is, well, I can do this, but I don't necessarily understand how that helps us. And then the other person's like, oh, that totally helps. If you do that, then I can do this.
Hmm.
It's like exactly what the characters on the screen are
Yeah,
doing.
and it's what they
So
want you to do. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
you have to do collaboration.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Jason, you don't know there's the Book of Love. He is
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's just the Book of Love, and he's an Italian lover, and he is
He's definitely Hispanic.
okay, maybe he's Hispanic, but he's a sorry, the Latin did I say Italian? I meant Latin lover. He's a Latin lover. Sorry, I got it. There's not even a thing of an Italian lover. There's definitely a Latin lover. Um, right? Am I not? I don't
I
know.
don't know what you're going for. Yes. Next topic.
I don't know. He's funny. That's all there is to it. It's a Latin accent, that's for sure. I don't know why I said Italian.
No, when you get to the end of Rose's room, I'm really curious to hear your reaction because there's a part there that's like it's like kind of really dark in some ways. So I'm curious to hear how you and your daughter react to that part.
Okay. We're probably not too far away from it now, are we?
That level is very long, very
It
long.
seems long. Like we're
The space part is like section one of like four.
okay, because we're on section 2 of that.
Yeah, so
Like where
you're
the with the
like
portals?
yeah, you're like
Yeah.
maybe an eighth of the way into that level.
Oh
Like it is
geez.
a long
Well,
level.
yeah, we did a couple of those. We got through it and it was like, oh, so we finished 2 of these and there's another one?
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, well, I told my daughter, I was like, okay, you need to go get ready for bed. I was like, rule of threes, usually in video games. So
Yeah.
means the next time we'll probably finish it or something. So, mm,
Yeah, but
but
we've
man,
already said like I looked at a YouTube walkthrough to see how
hmm
far into the game we were, and we're like exactly halfway.
it's a
So
yeah. Uh,
uh yeah, so I was like,
mhm.
so what are you doing next Saturday? And he's like, dude, we're gonna finish this next Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool.
I just while I was looking at how long to beat, it says 11 hours for main story, and then completionist is 14. So yeah, if you played
Yeah.
7 hours, yeah, you're halfway there. I'm I'm genuinely impressed at how long this game is and how good it is. Just
Yeah.
yeah, it is damn good.
I hope it keeps up with the amount of like fun new tools you get because that's been really fun.
Hmm.
Um, and I also can we'll have to wait and see, but I can see how the story could go bad, but hopefully they can stay away from that. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting it to be earth shattering, but
No.
just stay away from being bad. Maybe is what I'm
Yeah, if
hoping.
it can just stay middle of the road and
Yeah,
keep the gameplay good,
yeah,
I'll be happy with that. So
yep,
I think that
Caleb, I have
works.
a question.
yeah,
So were you both signed into your PSN accounts on the same machine?
yes,
Okay, and you were both getting trophy pops?
yes.
So
Oh.
the person that owned the license, we'll say, for the game, is getting trophies as well as the person who doesn't.
Yeah, so it's a little weird because there's no PS5 disc version of this game. There's only PS4, but there's a free upgrade to the PS5 version. So I have the PS4 disc. I put that into the console, and there's a 43 gig download of the PS5
Whoa.
upgrade
Mm-hmm.
to it's just the full game. It's literally just the full game. So it's just checking to make sure you have the disc in there and then launching the PS5 game is essentially
Right.
what it's doing.
Yeah.
But since we both own the PS4 to PS5 upgrade, we both went on the store and purchased that. So since we both have that and we're both signed in, we're both getting trophies as they come up.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I wonder if it's still like a way out in that way where Logan,
Yeah.
you didn't get achievements and I did. Is that
Right.
what how
Yeah,
that
that's
happened?
what happened.
Okay.
Which the inverse can happen here because I will have already gone through the game and played it. So what I will do is I will give you the disc
Oh, sure.
so you can get the achievements for it, and then I'll
Sure.
play on the other side of it.
Yeah.
You
There
can
would have been one point in time where I would have like bent over backwards and said thank you,
it's
thank you, thank you, but
it's
thank God I'm
literally
over that now.
that
Hmm.
guest pass thing is literally what it is.
Hmm.
If you're playing on the guest pass, you're not going to get achievements.
Yeah.
So that makes
Okay.
sense for you guys before because
Mm.
you had one of you on guest and one of you on not on the disc.
That
Hmm.
was all over the store on the Xbox store. I don't know if Caleb, you wouldn't see that, but Logan, I don't know if you saw. I was perusing. Microsoft gave me $5 for Easter. I
Nice.
don't know if you
What?
got that, Logan, or not. Yeah,
No.
I got $5.
They do
I
that
don't know
randomly
why.
sometimes. I got
Yeah,
one once for like a Thanksgiving or something. You're
there
like,
you
here
go.
you go, here's $5.
So I
Hmm.
was perusing the store and it was like um, friend pass, friend pass, friend pass, friend
Mm.
pass, and I was like, that's interesting. So they're trying to get people to install it, and then maybe,
Go find a friend to buy it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of like a.
Well, I think
It's
if
on the store like a fully licensed game,
I think
but
the other
it's
thing is if you both are on the friend pass, if you both just download that, I think they'll let you play the first chapter for free, like without any.
smart,
Yeah,
smart.
Because it's damn good. And when you
yeah,
play that
because you
first
play
chapter,
that
you'll
and
be like,
they'll.
whoa,
Yeah.
like this thing is legit.
Yep.
Uh,
Now I have a question for Logan.
mm-hmm.
I don't want to be out here in your business, but um, my parents both came from divorces but stayed together in my childhood. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about this game and the way that it handles divorce? Are you cool? You good? Could they do a better job? What
It's
what do you think?
cliched more than anything.
Okay.
I think just for the fact of I was so young when my parents got divorced. I mean, I was two,
Okay.
so I don't remember that as much.
Okay.
Um, I mean, now, granted, when my mom and my stepdad got together, all they did was fight all the time, and they should have gotten divorced. But that's a story for a therapist another day.
I can only be your I hold on. I can only be your top
Mhm.
100 therapist.
Right.
Okay, all
Okay,
right, all
everything else
right.
I just can't help you with. I'm sorry.
Mm. Well,
Okay,
I'm good with it.
I was curious. I didn't because I'm some people are okay with it, some people aren't, and I think it's because we're all individuals with individual backgrounds, and so
Mm.
something like this is not one size fits all. So it's probably going to work for some people and it's not going to work for
But
others, and
I think
that's
the
just the way it is in the creative business, right?
I think the
So
cliched approach probably is more of the one size fits all package because it's what when I say cliched, it's what you see on sitcoms.
Yeah.
okay,
That's the kind of stuff.
okay,
And they're not arguing over someone with adultery. I think because then it's
Right.
just then you don't
Yeah.
like either or you don't like one person over another.
It's
They
more of a you're never at home. Oh, but I have to work to provide for our family kind of thing, like stuff like that, where it's like they argue over like,
chores around the
yeah,
house and like not just being forgetful about responsibilities and that kind of thing. And you're not the person who you used to be. You used to do more fun things, and now you don't do those things anymore. And you're always tired, and that kind of thing.
so it's Thursday night on NBC, but
Hmm.
it's not. it's not Sunday night on HBO, so that's good.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's on, if we're talking about that scale, it's probably in the right spot.
Yeah, it is definitely broadcast TV drama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are the waters we tread in here. Those are the
hmm
parallels we draw on
But at
this
the
here
Yeah.
podcast.
Or speaking of, I guess what TV are we into this week? Uh, I don't really have anything new I watch. Just continuations of shows is where I'm at. I don't know where you guys are, but
I forgot to make a list. Hang on.
oh jeez,
I'm ready to go, Caleb.
you
While
Go
go
ahead.
for it,
Yep.
while
Jason.
you put together your list, I finished a television show
Okay, it
that
is.
after we looked at our lists right last week and
Mm-hmm.
decided to do our quarterly review,
Mm-hmm.
I decided that, well, I'm immediately going to go watch all of It's a Sin
Yep.
Oh, I also
because,
finished that. Since
Oh,
oh,
you
good,
finished
see, we're going to have a good conversation then.
good.
Um, I don't want to come out too strong, Caleb, but I feel like that is, I didn't realize that that was a Max original. And I know it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really matter. It's starting not to matter as much,
No.
but um, that show is incredible. I mean, it's just such high quality television. HBO has done it once again. Um, and it's also incredibly impactful. You know, it's very sad.
I was
Mm-hmm.
um,
literally like bawling at the end of
yes,
that show.
dude, it's
I
hard to
was
watch.
like actually struggling not to tear up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
it's
does not
it's
happen to me all that often. So,
it's impactful.
Mm-hmm.
What is even more impressive for me to hear you say that, Caleb, and I feel the same way. Logan probably the same way, but it's 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you create relationships in 5 episodes with your
yeah,
audience and have you feel so saddened by their departure and just the the entire sad nature of the story. It's pretty
we
amazing.
we're we're okay with spoilers, right?
That's what we do here.
Okay.
Get
Mm-hmm.
out of here if you don't want them.
It's been
That's what
out
we do
now
here.
for like 6 or 8 weeks, like the whole series has. I think that's fair.
Okay. It it was to me it was the scene on the bridge, um where I forget the girl character's name. I forget her actual name.
The main girl, I forget her name
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
And the mom,
Yeah.
and I like the whole time I'm thinking, okay, this is her gonna finally relinquish. They're all gonna see each other one last time. They're gonna tear up. He's gonna die. That's gonna be the end of the show. And then she's just like, he's dead.
And he's been dead
And
for
I
like
was
a
like,
day. Like
Jill was her
Jill,
name.
Jill,
yeah.
yeah.
That I was just that is some Shakespearean tragedy right there. Like that for whatever reason that hit me hard. Like, man, he all he wanted for his last few weeks was to see his friends, and he couldn't do that. That just
His evil parents kept him. I mean, it was
yeah,
just all you just wanted to, you just hated that mother.
yeah.
What did you do, or how did he come from a home that was so loveless or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
It's no wonder he was ashamed, you
Yeah.
know, and his shame drove him to infect other people because he was so ashamed of who he actually was. And she not only makes her like own her relationship with her son and own all of that guilt, but also own the way that he treated other people. You know, like she lays all that on her, and it matters because she bites her tongue the entire series. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like she insinuates over and over and over that she is his girlfriend, which she can't tell him. She tells him a million times that's not their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not her business to tell that truth for her son or for her friend, you know? So she had it coming. She had it coming. Everybody's so good in that show, man. I
Yeah.
mean, there's not a bad actor in the bunch, is there? I don't think there is. Everybody's incredible.
No. And
No, I
most
can't think of anybody that I mean,
no.
I like I hated Richie for a while. I mean, I mean,
You're supposed to.
you're supposed to hate him. I mean, it was like, I mean, especially there at the end when he started making the confessions, he was like, "Yeah, I knew I was positive, and I still was going around and sleeping with people." And it was like, fuck? Like,
which makes the scene with his quote unquote his boyfriend or whatever, it makes that scene even hit harder knowing
mm-hmm.
that part because
Yep.
that was the one person that he decided not to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just
He quote unquote boyfriend when they're like when his mom can't process everything in the hospital and he's coming out to her and by the way I have AIDS and I'm a bit of a slut and I'm so sorry and Ash is like I'm also his boyfriend and Richie is like half alive and he's like well not really.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
So funny. I really liked we talked about it earlier. I really like MPH's character on that show
Mm.
as like a precursor. Like here's this actor from theater and TV and like he's there and then he's not. But it's like it sets the tone. You're like, oh, this is bad.
yeah, that was, I mean, like when we
This is
first started
bad.
watching this, that's why my wife was like, I don't know if I want to watch this because I know where this is going.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to get attached to these characters only to watch them all die.
Yeah. And
I thought
he
go
did
ahead, Kevin.
such a good job in the actor that played Colin, I don't know his real name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Colin. Yeah.
But
Coleman.
when Neil Patrick Harris like kind of becomes his guardian angel in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and then just the look on his face when he knows that like this guy's not coming back to work, I'm on my own now. Like that was another really impactful scene for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has to deal with Mr. Hart,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was his
who
own.
eventually lets him go, which is just so terrible, so
Yeah.
scummy because he wouldn't sleep with him. Like,
Mhm.
just the worst. There's a lot going in that show on in that show. It says a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot of class issues, you know. It's more than just the AIDS crisis and the way that gay people were treated in the 80s. There's a whole lot going on. It's a lot. And it's all handled with such care and only I really feel like there's only one network that can handle that stuff, you know, that seems to nail it every time. So
Mm-hmm.
I could gush about that show. I really do. I really do
It's,
love it.
it's great. It really is. And man, just
Yeah.
I will say, I do think that um, I know this much is true is even sadder than this. So that's my barometer for all things HBO terrible.
like
And
on a scale of what would be the happiest show on HBO
Harley
to
Quinn? I don't know. I don't know.
The happiest show on HBO. That's a good question.
like what is the what so yeah, there's the I know this much is true on the super sad end, but what is the like super happy show?
Because even their
They don't.
comedies are dark.
Yeah. Do
Right.
they do that?
I mean, it was like, do we have to go all the way back to
Barry?
like Arliss?
Entourage? Is Entourage in that mix,
Ooh,
maybe?
Entourage could probably be in the super happy category.
Did you guys watch the last
Yes.
few seasons of that
Hey,
show?
Well,
look,
maybe.
Not
Caleb,
Okay, I
happy.
forgot
we're
about
we're dealing with HBO here. I mean, what
after
else you got?
after
Yeah.
Meta Ian hit. It was kind of like it kind of was
Yeah, it
all
was all
downhill.
downhill from there.
It was. Oh
It's
gosh.
Mandy Moore's fault, man. Mandy
I'm
Moore.
That was
looking.
Mandy Moore's fault.
I'm trying to find their all series. Okay, here we go.
All series comedy, and there's just nothing.
Yeah, I can't
I
sort.
mean, is True Blood just for how campy it is?
Sure. I would. Yeah, compared to this stuff that they're putting out recently.
You were kind of onto something with Entourage because Ballers
There you go.
is
Oh,
basically Entourage
Ballers.
without the sad parts. So
Yep.
Okay, Ballers is real dumb.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is
Yeah, Curb is silly enough.
yeah.
It's dark at points, but it's mostly silly dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have ends of the spectrum now. I'm glad we have those. I needed to know
That show's a contender. I
that's
think
for
we'll be
sure.
talking about it later. It's really good. So I finished that and then I watched one other show, but that was it. I started another show.
Oh, okay.
Which is
It is Mayans. Third season of Mayans came back.
Oh.
You guys have heard me talk about this a lot, so I apologize. I enjoy Kurt Sutter's work quite a bit.
this is a spinoff of
Yes, it's a
Okay.
Sons of Anarchy spinoff. So there's two major rival motorcycle clubs in the Sons of Anarchy universe, and it's the Sons of Anarchy and the Mayans,
Got
which
it.
is a group of Hispanic bikers. Um, and so the the spinoff is really, in fact, it's really. I'll spoil this because you guys don't care. The main character's name is Jax Teller in Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
He dies at the end of the series. Um, and in this episode, in this most recent one, there's been four so far. The Sons of Anarchy, two members of the Sons of Anarchy show up because they've got a little bit of a beef with the Mayans, but nothing too serious. They typically work together when they can, especially if there's money to be made on both sides. And um, one of them said, "Look, you disrespected Jax Teller's last wish, and that's not good." And then one of the Mayans leans over to the other one. He goes, "Who the fuck's Jax Teller? I don't fucking care. This is shit." And it's so like, it's so great because that's so self-aware. You know what I mean? Because in like, you think that might piss people off that are coming from one thing to another, and how they feel about those characters from the old show. But Sutter wants you to know these characters don't know who he is and don't care. And you shouldn't either because we're on to the next story. You know what I mean? Which is
Well, you could
pretty.
watch this without knowing anything about it.
You could. Yeah,
Okay.
you absolutely could. You could. It wouldn't be um if you've enjoyed Sutter's work, you're going to enjoy this, but I would be shocked if there's a lot of Mayans fans out there that didn't already watch um, Sons of Anarchy. But I will say, um, and this is kind of to the point of where the show is at because of it's it's located on the border, right? And so this third season they've had to address what's going on there. Um, so it's been a little bit weird because I wouldn't necessarily trust Kurt Sutter. He's like a graphic novelist in a way. He it's fantastical. Logan, this is probably like my version of superhero stuff. I'm learning. It's a little bit grittier, but it's still ridiculous in a way, and
Mm-hmm.
it's fantastical. And these people should all be dead. In reality, they'd be dead or in prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't a real story. Um, but they're having to deal with the border closure and how it impacts the club in a very real way because of where the show takes place. They can't not address it, and I'm surprised how well they're handling it. They're tackling some issues, and it's not inappropriate, and it's very real. They're looking at some human cost in this situation, um, and what it's like to be a Hispanic family, maybe caught in the middle of trying to escape or trying to defect or trying to get into this country. And maybe the cartel helps facilitate some of that. And maybe there's some drug running and stuff like that that kind of goes into the overall arching story. And it's handled pretty well. It's handled okay. And I did not expect that. But because of where the story takes place, like they had to. They didn't have a choice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is happening here, and what were they going to do? Pretend that it isn't happening because none of their story would make sense if not, because it's all about the DOJ and the DEA and these larger government entities that are trying to do like RICO against these large criminal organizations. Um, and they're doing okay. It's surprising. So I'm glad that they're handling that stuff well, and it's not making me like cringe or uncomfortable. Uh, yeah, it's pretty good. Surprised actually, because if you would have told me that's the direction they're going this third season, I would have been like, "Uh oh,
Yeah.
this isn't what the writing staff of the Shield and Sons of Anarchy does." But they're
Is
doing it okay.
I know they've been doing some goofy stuff on FX. Is this on FX proper or is this FX on Hulu?
This is FX proper.
Okay.
Yeah, and that just the reason being is because we talked about this a little bit, but at the end of Sons of Anarchy, they were letting him do like hour and a half episodes,
Mm,
because the ratings were good.
mm,
And so they know they have an audience for this show. and they're gonna put it on FX proper
Yeah, they've
because
just been
of
doing
the
some
fan
goofy
base.
stuff recently. That's why I thought that oh, what was that weird Kate Mara show was on FX on Hulu only.
A teacher?
A teacher, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Do either you guys know anything about Snowfall
I don't have.
on
I
FX? It's an
I've
FX show.
heard of it, but haven't watched
I
it.
don't. I'd have to look at it. I thought that show wasn't going to last very long, but it's still on, and they're running promos for it right now. I see it while I'm watching Mayans, but I don't know much about it.
Snowfall.
But that's it.
Well, it's
I've
good.
finished It's a Sin, and I started Mayans, and that was it.
Snowfall has. It's in its fourth season.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm. Time flies. I
Yeah,
guess I'm surprised it's been on that long.
like it's halfway through season 4 right now. I
I'm
didn't.
curious about that show. I may check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of remember seeing it at one point, but yeah,
They were running trailers for it when we were still watching The Americans. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it was like toward the end of the Americans. Looks like it started in 2017.
Yeah, it's been on a while.
Hmm.
I like a good FX show. I'm happy when
Yeah,
I'm at least wise watching one FX show. It feels right for me. I've been watching that network for a long time, and when there's not a show on there, I'm like, am I missing something? Is there something
yeah.
going on FX I'm not watching?
Gosh, what was the first FX show I think I dove into was like Nip Tuck. And in that show, I mean, you look back at that, and that probably looks terrible today.
Oh man.
But then that led into like Rescue Me. I bet Rescue Me still holds up okay.
I bet you're right about that. Rescue Me's I really liked Rescue Me. Very funny that show.
Hmm.
That show, I mean, and they handled stuff pretty well too. I mean, mental illness and drug abuse, and
Hmm.
you know, while still being hilarious. Rescue Me was special. I really like that show.
Yeah, I like that show a lot too. So, you mentioned superheroes, so I guess I'll have to, don't hit on Falcon and the Winter Soldier for this week. That show is still popcorn TV. That's about it.
I found so this is where I am with that show. I was watching it, I got halfway through the episode, and then I realized I was just on my phone and it was just on in the background.
Hmm.
And I'm like, if that's how I feel about this show, maybe I should just stop. So I think I'm just kind of done with that show. It's
That's
just
fair.
I just it's not it's fine. It's totally fine. It's just like I think there's better ways that I can spend my time right now.
That's all up to
So
you, man. I'm
yeah,
not. I'm not going to go out here and stomp the yard for Falcon and the Winter
right.
Soldier. That's for
Stomp
sure.
the yard.
That I got other hills I'm willing to die on. That is.
Yeah.
I think the show is good, not great. So that's where I'm living at it. At the same time, I will sit on my phone during a good show sometimes. A great show I won't, but a good show I will be on my. I'll flip through some stuff here and there on my phone. So
Yeah.
um, if a show is fine, I'm not even watching it to begin with, more than likely. So, but that's in my taste, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now a show that is great is Invincible.
Yeah. Show gets it's still uh, it's still phenomenal. It's the way that whole the dynamic between all the characters is fleshing out is just
Yeah.
I want more. Like it's like one of those where I feel like they did the right move in spacing it out, but I
Hmm.
wish they wouldn't have. I wish I could just binge all the way through this because I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Because now that there's kind of like cliffhangers between each episode too,
Yeah,
like like
that and the demon detective dude is just like the best.
he's like so Jason, the demon detective is like fat Hellboy. Like think of
Okay.
like it was like an old fat washed up Hellboy who is now like set to be like a private detective.
And it's just like he shows up at the crime scene and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "I'm gonna solve this crime." And they're like, "Well, nobody requested you here. Nobody wants you here. Why are you here?" He's like, "There's a crime to be solved. I want to solve it." And that's like that's it. That's his whole
Like
motivation.
that's a shtick. Like yeah, but they obviously they don't want him around because he's maybe a little too good, but yet has had some issues in the past that have made him not so good.
So yeah, I'm still really enjoying that show.
Yeah, this show's good. It's real good. Uh, yeah, I like that this week was a little more of like a middle, like, hey, this is a middle of the season episode. Like there
Yeah,
was like, hey, we've got a mission this week. Okay, like, and it was just a general thing that kind of happened. It wasn't a like didn't move the story forward a ton. It was just get to know these people a little bit better.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I like where this show is going.
I have my list.
Oh, go for it.
Generation finished. At least I think they're doing a part two at some point, but at least part one is done. Um, I I think that show is good. I don't think it's great. I think it's got a lot of amateur decisions that they made,
Mm.
and some of the acting can veer into annoying at parts, um, because it's all teenagers, so they can be annoying teenagers, which I think is kind of the point, but it's also kind of grating at points.
Yeah, that's how I felt
So
about I've already forgot skateboarding show.
yeah, yeah. So if you found that to be annoying, then definitely don't watch this show,
All right.
because they are 10 times that. um,
You shut your mouth. Betty's amazing.
yeah. Uh, Top Chef started. Um, it's interesting to see. I didn't realize how much the pandemic would impact that show. But since they obviously shot this in the middle of it, there's a lot of stuff that I was like, oh yeah, I guess they can't do that. Like they can't have guest judges because you can't have people coming in and out of set all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They can't like take food to big groups of people to to sample. Like there's a lot of small stuff that they've had to adjust. But I think they're doing a pretty good job of it so far. It still has the root of the show. Um, so this week, their first challenge was that they had to they were randomly paired in groups of three, and before the show started, they had to tell what ingredient that they could not cook without. So they all got that ingredient, and then the three of them had to combine them to make one cohesive dish. And some of them were like, okay, these things go together, so that's not going to be that big of a deal. But one of the groups had chocolate. It was some kind of fancy cheese and something called coal fat, which I'd never heard of before. But I guess it's like breading that you put on the outside of meat. And they so they had those three things, and they had to make one dish.
Chocolate and cheese already is not a
Cool
great.
fat.
Right. So they ended up taking the chocolate and making mole, which was really smart.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, but it was just like I don't know how they're gonna do this. But it's pretty good. They have there's one guy on the show that's already setting himself apart as being the asshole of the group. So that's gonna have some
Gotta
drama
have one.
there. Yeah,
This is
yeah,
TV. Damn it.
yeah. But yeah, I am so excited that show's back because it's great. The other thing that just started this week was Creep Show. This is a show that's been on Shutter. It's in season 2 now. And it's like usually what they do is an hour-long episode that's split into half, and then they're themed. It's kind of just like a what if this happened kind of thing. Um, and they're hit and miss. Some of them are way more entertaining than others. This opening was not great. Neither of the stories were that great, especially the second one. Second one was just not good at all. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes from here. I think the first season had some good stuff in it, but um, they need to work on their consistency. I think that's it for new stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, Bird Girl started.
What?
This is kind of a half spin-off of Harvey Birdman.
Wait a minute.
Um,
Excuse me.
That's why I was like, "What is Bird Girl?" Because like,
yeah,
there's
so it's the Bird Girl character, but the tone is a little bit different than Harvey Birdman. So this is more of a like okay, so take Harley Quinn and mix it with Harvey Birdman, and that's what you get here.
I mean, well, that
think
sounds
I'm
like Toady.
still
then.
okay here.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the best thing of all time.
So it's like it kind of has some of that like smart, like witty, like very quick paced humor of Harvey Birdman, but it's more based on a singular character in Bird Girl and kind of like she actually has a character. Like Harvey Birdman is he's a flat character on a screen, right? Like there's no depth to that guy. But in this, it's like it's trying to actually make her into a character. There's only one episode out so far. I thought it was pretty good, but it seems like on the internet the reaction is a little bit more mixed. So maybe I set your expectations too high. I'm
What
not sure, but
is this on Cartoon Network?
it's Adult Swim. Yeah,
Well, yeah, I guess I should say Adult Swim.
yeah.
Um, okay, I'll
So
look this
maybe check
up.
that out. Yeah, there's only one episode and it's like 20 minutes. So if you hate it, not a big loss of time or anything.
I mean, this is not no Beef Boys here,
Yeah.
but
Boo.
beef. Please tell me.
God. Me and the Beat Boys, we're going to watch some Bird Girl.
All right, I will check this out.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Hmm.
Bird Girl is Judy Kinsebon?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. How is this not good? How's it not amazing?
I mean, there's
okay, we'll see.
been some bad spin-offs. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the characters is just for how this humor goes. One of the characters is just he's a dog with a fedora, or I don't remember what it's actually called. Dog with some kind of hat.
Dog with a bucket hat.
Dog with a bucket hat. And his character's name is literally Dog with a bucket hat. And at one point he's talking about like this corporate merger or something like that. And they're like, well, what does that mean for us? Like, how are we going to do this? And he goes, how am I supposed to know? I'm a dog. Like it's that kind of humor.
Dude, do you know who he's voiced by John Doman, which do you know who that is, Jason?
No.
I don't.
Pull up IMDb, and when you see what John Doman, who that is, you're going to go, "Are you kidding me?" Cuz now all I can hear is the voice.
How do you spell this?
Really?
Doman.
John Doman. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like that's
What would Caleb know him from?
Oh gosh, like
oh man, this guy's been in everything.
he's been in The Boys.
Oh,
I mean,
he was City on a Hill is the last place I saw him. He's been on The Boys.
He was Carmine Falcone in Gotham.
Yeah, that's where
okay.
we know him from, Logan.
Yeah.
I watched the first season on that show. So
okay, there you go. He's got a very distinct voice.
He talks like this, and he doesn't open his teeth very often.
Okay, yeah, wow, that's kind of a nice departure for him, honestly.
To do some comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked like he did some episodes of Rizzoli and Isles,
which I'm sure were hilarious.
Yeah, very funny.
You see, that's hilarious. Actually, that joke is funny because it's the other Turner Network, and I know I'm explaining your joke right now, and that's a bad practice, but that's funny. That joke right there. That's funny. This podcast is only downhill from that joke. We can't compete with that anymore. Well done, Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to go beyond that anyway. So
very funny. Oh man.
All right. Well, was that it? I think for this week.
I think that's
anyway.
it.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
That's it for me too. Well,
it's all right.
Yeah.
We're not all gonna be a million hours long.
No. Sometimes there's just not a lot of new stuff, and we're just hitting on some current stuff. So I know my tummy is asking me for a treat right now. So
my tummy is asking for a treat. Well, 3 chicken sandwiches.
I think Panda Express is probably closed at this point. So.
I know it's 9:30.
Caleb's gonna knock it out for breakfast.
I know, right? He's just hanging out the door. Hello, you guys open yet?
I have the Master of Unlocking Food challenge. I need in.
Have you've obviously heard of us?
Everybody has, right?
We're huge, both around the waist and in cultural reference.
how it works. All right. Well, this has been the Master of Unlocking podcast for this week. We'll debate on what we're going to do next week, but we'll be here. We'll have something. See ya.